Oh, I hate the fact that you're so right about that. That really is a doable, like, damn, that is really good. Oh, that's so good. What's going on, gang? We back at it again with another YouTube video. Now, this past weekend, we had the biggest fighting game tournament known as EVO. And during that weekend, we got some more gameplay and updates on the game that you see on your screen right now, known as Project L, until they come up with an official title. But we got another character release. You seeing him on the screen right now. We got Yasuo. But that got me thinking, out of all of the league characters that exist, what would be some dope characters to see adapted into a fighting game? So that's what we gonna get into today. We gonna go through the list of characters. We gonna figure out what characters could be good, what characters might be a little questionable, along with a couple characters that I personally don't want to see them put in the game. Regardless, we gonna have fun. Be sure to drop a like, comment on any characters that you might personally want to see them add in Project L. And without further ado, let's get into this list. So realistically, what was it that you said? Easiest way is they pick 3 champs from all major roles. So you meant like the lanes, or do you mean like this layout? Because I feel like this leads to a lot of different options, right? This one is easier to pick from? Okay, so we'll say like for a starting cast. Okay, so you were talking lanes, but okay, well we'll see how it looks by the end. Let's say, like you said, three from each of these roles. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 characters in the start. That's a decent starting roster for a fighting game, I feel. And off top, we already have Ahri and Echo. For a third? Oh, and then I guess Katarina would be the third. So that's already the 3 assassins. I guess that's the start, honestly. And then if they wanted to add another, it'd be like Vi and Zed, and that could really be your 5 safe options for assassins. I feel like that's dope. You got Ahri as your, I guess, general rushdown. You've got Echo as like a tricky character. You've got Zed for your ninja archetype. Katarina as like your, I guess, your thief. And who was the other one I said? 1, 2, 3, 4. If we needed one more. Oh, and then Vi as like your real like brawler character. Okay, I feel like that's a solid 5 for the assassins, right? I feel like that's fire. And y'all gonna have to bear with me, because I'm looking at this list. This is how I know I'm out the loop, because I don't know who Nyla is. I don't know who Neferi is. I don't know neither of them. I'm actually glad they went with Echo, because I was like, if they wanted another tricky character, they could have gone with LeBlanc, but that sounds kind of crazy. So we gonna leave that alone. That's 5 for the assassins. We got Ahri, Echo, Katarina, Vi, and Zed. I feel like for honorable mentions, they could go with Viego, maybe Yasuo, and let his like super art be like what his ult is in League, where you throw the tornado, you do a little slash, and then the final be like a finishing slash. Like, that could be dope. If they wanted another 3, it'd be Viego. If they wanted to go down that Ruin King route, Yasuo. I feel like third would be a toss-up between Teemo, just for cuteness factor, but I really don't want to have to deal with poison mushrooms in a fighting game. Them 2. I feel like just them 2 for right now. Let's go to the fighters, right? This is kind of like a fighter tank I guess. So Darius is already in there. I don't really want to see. So you can put Darius in there. You could put Jace in there because of the Arcane, right? You got a lot of options in this. Jesus, we got a lot of options everywhere. They could put Warwick in there. Nah, because if you really get into where Arcane was at, a lot of people had speculations around the potential of Warwick being a character, either that we've already seen or is working its way in there. They might leave Warwick alone. Not completely sure, but there's potential, right? There's potential. And I thought about Lee Sin. Like, Lee Sin could be like the complex character, like another complex. Oh, wait, we got a lot of options for fight. Like, actually an insane amount of options for the fighters. I feel like Darius is already solidified. Echo technically counts in this apparently, but I kind of want to leave him to the mages. If we really want like big beefy characters, like good damage, heavy hitter type characters, I feel like you put Darius in there. I so badly want to say Aatrox, but I don't feel like for a fighting game he like I don't believe in that. I'm really trying to think about like fighting games too, like characters that have stances and stuff like that, maybe transformations and like a lot of different options for fighting game characters. They've got a lot of stuff to work with. Okay, so Darius, Alawi's technically in the game or being worked on. You could, just because of how Fiora plays, you could have her as like a counter hit type of character. Counter hit, I mean, parries are a thing in the game. So, I mean, if you really wanted to bend the rules a little bit, you could probably put Fiora in there, right? That's an option. Yeah, I feel like if they added a story mode to the fighting game, I feel like you could let Aatrox be a final boss, just like they made Kayn a final boss or like one of the mobs in Teamfight Tactics. I feel like you could put Aatrox as a fighting game character, final boss, where he dies, and then, you know, like alter ego is him coming back to life, or like healing and stuff like that. You could also do that with Tryndamere too, possibly. You got options for characters if you really wanted to push them, sneak them in there a little bit, right? But I feel like if you wanted a counter hit based character, Fiora could go in there. But Darius and Alawi is all we got. Another option for, I guess, a heavier like trapper character, trap zoner, could be Gangplank. You know, set the barrels up, blast them. I don't know how Hecarim will work though, because I mean, like, even in League, the main thing you doing is just swinging the scythe for 30 minutes. So I mean, like, it's possible. I'm just trying to think, like, okay, so I know they said every character has to have a launcher. That's the main reason why I was like, maybe, excuse me, you do have the option like for support for Blitzcrank or Thresh. It just depends on like who would be cooler, which I feel like Thresh would be that option of, you know, all of the flash whips and stuff like that, and then have his Flay be the launcher. Like, that could be dope. Like, that would make me want to consider learning Thresh if he was in the game. Darius, Alawi. They could put Jace if you really wanted to. If they really wanted to, right? You think they could put Set in the game? Like, as a brawler, right? I feel like this would be the most bread and butter fighter possible. But like Set, you know, his level 1 could be the W where he's like, oh, bow, and then smack the hell out of somebody, and then his level 2 super be like a bunch of enable punches, and then into his ult, and then body slam somebody. Wait, the skin line is finally in. What's it called? League of Legends fighting skin line. What's it called? Soul Fighter. Who all is in this? All right, who's in it? Who's in it? Samira. I don't think I want that. You already know I'm not digging Lux, so just leave her out of it. Set is in here. I don't know who Neferi is. I saw her name on here. Pike could be dope. I'm gonna just be like, movement wise, I feel like Pike could be a dope character. Oh damn, I hate that you're right about that. Samira could be this game's version of like Dante from Devil May Cry and Marvel vs. Capcom, and just guns, swords, and then just her ultimate be swinging and flying, like all of it. Oh, I hate the fact that you're so right about that. That really is a doable, like, damn, that is really good. Oh, that's so good. That's actually really good. Oh no. That's so good though. No, she literally, no. She's literally set up to be Dante. Cause even in her gameplay, she's got the little combo system like Dante. Damn, Samira might actually make it in Project L. Damn. And the more you bring that up, if I really made a team, I feel like I wouldn't have a problem playing Echo Samira if that was really the case. Damn. All right. We getting distracted. Back to the list. All right, that's actually so good though. Set could be the big brawler, right? Another big brawler. If it's fighters, oh, it's fighters, not tanks. Okay, my fault. If that's the case, like actual fighters, not mages yet. I say Echo, Fiora, Vi, right? Because I'm counting Vi as a fighter and not an assassin or anything else. Set, Lee Sin if they really want to. Echo, Fiora as a stance fighter, like a counter hit fighter. Lee Sin is your complex. Set, basic brawler. And I didn't want to count there. And Vi. That's 5 for that. Mages. Make this a little easier for me. Alright. Ari's already solidified in there. I feel like Jace is solidified in there too. Right? I'm not seeing his name in here. Jace don't count as a... Okay, maybe he doesn't count as a mage. Oh, he would count as a marksman. My fault. I don't know what Cassante does. That's the only reason why I didn't put him in there, because I haven't played League long. Like, I didn't play League when Cassante dropped, but I thought they also put him in the tank category, so that's the other reason why I kind of left him alone for right now. I feel like Brand could be cool as a fire character, but that's still up for discussion. I'm just thinking as like a base cast, like what they would consider essential fighters for the startup. Like they could add Evelyn at any point, but for starters, like bringing people in knowing that this character is in the fighting game, especially if they're a fan of it in League already, I feel like Zed, Lee Sin, and Cat could be really good. I want to skip the mages and marksmen real quick. I want to go to the supports. If they really wanted to, You think they put... I'd count Braum more as a tank, but do you think they put Braum in there as kind of like a Captain America style character with the shield? Maybe a little slower, but you feel what I'm saying? Like on some Marvel vs. Capcom type vibes? Supports. I'm putting Thresh in there. I'm just gonna save everybody, and I like Zoe could be cool, but I don't think people want to worry about having to fight Zoe in the game, realistically. Zyra could be cool as fuck though. Oh my god, wait. Zyra fighting with the vines and the flowers? Nah, as a zoner, I know I'd hate it, but Zyra as a zoner sounds like a really good option. Tom Kench is a grappler? You just gotta keep getting close enough to swallow the enemy. That's so wild. It's funny conceptually, but that's actually really funny. I feel like Set would be a good pseudo grappler if you really wanted to. Like, he's still fighting, but he's got a couple more grapple options. I don't know, but that's pretty funny. I might actually put him on the list for that. Pyke sounds like, I'm so sorry, I might put him on the list. Pyke sounds like such a cool character. Rel would be a dope stance switcher, but I was really just trying to envision like how much space is she gonna take up on the screen. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not impossible, trust me, it's not impossible, but don't you feel like there are other characters that could better suit a stance character in Project L, at least over Rel? I'm kind of tempted to put Fiddlesticks on there, because in Guilty Gear, wouldn't that be like a, what's his name, JP character? Do you really think they put Heimerdinger on here? I might, just because of Arcane, like he is canon in the universe. I don't want to deal with it, same way I don't want to deal with Teemo, but like, Heimer's on there with an asterisk. If they really wanted to pull the trigger and add another one, it's possible. But I feel like you got way better characters that are in Arcane to pull from. Like I said, Jinx, and you literally have her outfit too being the Arcane version versus the regular version. Same with Echo, same with Vi, right? I'll put him in an asterisk. That's not the actual fifth for me though. I've refused to put Lux on here, but I feel like it would be so possible. I'm just tired of seeing Lux's face for real, but that's just me. Who do we put on here? Maybe Sona? Sona could be cool as like your music character. I feel like Sona could, in all honesty. Yeah, it's not an Arcane game. Definitely not. But I just feel like they have a lot of potential to add Arcane characters in there. Or maybe they just used it as the hype. Maybe they just wanted Jinx and Echo and that'd be it. Maybe Vi and that's it. Orianna is the puppet fighter. Yeah, that'd be lit. For my supports, I think I want to leave it there though. Thresh, Zyra, Pyke, Braum, and Sona. I feel like those are your best options. And then honorable mention being Heimer and Lux. If they really decide to pull the trigger on Lux, they probably gonna put Lux in that damn game. And I say Sona because I know Seraphine exists, but I feel like we all love Sona just for the legacy. Seraphine's still new to the game, and I like Sona a lot more, just be honest. Where do we go from here? Maybe tanks. So we already got Darius. We got Darius. We got Alawi. I feel like the tank would be a better option for a stance character if they wanted to. You think they put Udyr in the game and let him be like a crazy stance character? I feel like that's a lot to work with though. It might be doable. It's doable. It's doable. Instead of actually like switching the stance, they're just like move sets in his. It could be dope. I'll leave him in there. That'll be an honorable mention if anything. We got Darius and Alawi. We could put Tom in there as a grappler. Those will be my two honorable mentions, Udyr and Tom. But I feel like those are really good picks though. Who do you put in as a tank? I feel like you could honestly stop with them four. Maybe Cassante. I'm gonna need to do a little more research on Cassante. If you really wanted to, you think Nunu and Willem could be fire if they don't use Annie for it? If they don't try to do it, Annie and Tibbers, you think they just do Nunu and Willem? I think this is actually a really good list for 5. Darius, Alawi, Nunu, Cassante, and then you could kind of pick between Tom and Udyr. Do you think they put Blitzcrank in there as a grappler? I feel like there's better options. Bigger options? I'll put Tom slash Blitz as potential grapplers and leave it like that. I feel like that's the best it'll get. Only thing that's left, I think, is Marksman and Mages. Mages, we got Ari. Who do we have already? I think it's just her. Yeah, Silas could be like a what's it called? Android 18 character, where he steals abilities from the others, and that's like a part of his kit that he could use as like a one-time, maybe like an assist or something like that. That's doable. I like that. So Ari, Silas. I kind of like the concept of Twisted Fate too, but I don't know if I believe in that fully. Let's do a couple like ups and downs and see if we can pull on anybody. I really like the idea of Brand. I don't know what they would do with him. I'll put that as like my honorable mention character. If you really wanted another Puppet Master character, you could probably do Azir or Orianna. Azir would be better as a puppet character. Orianna would be like another trapper, like Manat from Street Fighter, where she just throws the orb out and can either pull people towards the orb. She can still do her own shit, right? I definitely feel like Rise gets put in there. Like I said, it just depends on how Riot wants to do it. If they really want their, you know, their most popular characters in there, for real, like it's possible. I'll say Orianna or Syndra. I feel like Syndra would be like an in-between of how Ari plays and how Orianna plays, or how Orianna could play. So I'll put Orianna slash Syndra and still put a star next to it as potential. I feel like mages have the most room to work with. Like they could really try to find a way to add a character. Cause like if you really wanted to, you could make Talia be like an earthbender and really just go crazy with that concept. I'm getting rid of Brand. I don't really believe that heavily in Brand. But I'm gonna put Twisted Fate in there. As like a Gambit style character, I feel like Twisted Fate could be so tough. I feel like Ari and Xylas are good. Azir is really good option if they wanted to make a puppet character. Orianna and Syndra are more of like those mix-up trap characters. I think that might be it for the mages right now though. I got Ari, Silas, Twisted Fate or Graves, Azir, Orianna or Syndra, and Rise. They damn near got like 8 in there. All right, let me get out of this list. Let me get off this and go to the Marksman. All right. Marksman. Realistically, Caitlyn, Ezreal probably in there. If you wanted to and really make that happen, you put Graves down as the Marksman option. did I already put? I put Jason there as a fighter. Yeah. Oh, Jinx, right? That's already 4. Caitlyn, Ezreal, Graves, and Jinx. Where'd I put Samira at? She might be the 5th one. I feel like mages and marksmen, they got the most to pull from in terms of like fun characters to put in a fighting game. Jhin. And what, you just gotta hope that they don't fuck you up when you gotta reload. He's just a zoner that only got 4 bullets and then he gotta take time to reload in between his aggression. It could be an interesting concept, but I mean, like I said, for base level, I feel like Caitlyn, Ezreal, Graves, Jinx, and Samira would be that. I guess honorable mentions. If you really wanted a hornball character, you could throw MF in there. Kindred could be dope. Would you count Kindred as a stance character? No. They'd be a I'm putting Kindred in here. I feel like they've got great potential for Kindred in a fighting game. I feel like there's more potential in Kindred being a fun character over Jhin. In terms of like being a character that can play back and then just using the bow and like going crazy and having the actual wolf help. I feel like there's potential in that. I feel like Draven could also find a way to get in there as a joke character, right? For Marksman, I'll put Draven and Jhin as like asterisks. So we got Caitlyn, Ezreal, Graves, Jinx, and Samira as the main characters. And then for like 3 questionables, I'll put Kindred, Graves, I'll put Kindred, Jhin, and Draven in there. I feel like Draven would be a People's Champ style meme character. Cause we not about to put every character in here. I really don't want to see Teemo in this game, but I feel like there's very high potential for them to try and put Teemo in there. I feel like that's a decent list though. For supports, we got Thresh, Zyra, Pyke, Braum, and Sona. For tanks, we got Darius, Alawi, Nunu, Cassante. If not Cassante, then Udyr, and then Tom or Blitzcrank as a grappler. Marksman, we got Caitlyn, Ezreal, Graves, Jinx, and Samira as the mains, and then Kindred, Jhin, and Draven as potential oncomers. Mages, we got Ahri, Sylas, Twisted Fate, Azir, and Rise. Azir would be a puppet character. Orianna could be another what's it called? Trapper, like Manat. Fighters, Fiora, Echo, Vi, Set, and Jace. Shaco sounds so annoying to deal with in a fighting game. I don't want to put him in there. It's very well possible. You put Viego in there. We put Viego in there as the Ditto character. The character that is possible to turn into any character, like 11 in Street Fighter, and the one chick from Skullgirls that would just let you play as one of the other characters. We put Viego in there. He could be in there. And that concludes the list. I forgot how many characters exist in League, but once again, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications, and comment. Let me know if there's a character I missed that you want to see or you like the list. Other than that, we out.